Greetings and blessings, dear friends in the Spirit 111. It's Eddie Luisi. How are you? How was your week? I'm calling this talk today, The Light and Song Inside You, from Daily Practice, Sacred Reading, and Meditation. The light inside you is more brilliant than sunrise or sunset. Learn to exhale only love. And that is received from Rumi and from Neil Donald Walsh. On this day of your life, I believe God wants you to know that there are choirs singing in your head. There's a lot of things singing in this head. If you listen, you will hear the music. It is the song of angels. Pay no attention to the sounds of the world. They are just noises. And even when added up all together, they have no value, make no sense. Strain to hear the song of angels. Listen to the melody within your soul. This is a metaphor. You know exactly what it is trying to tell you. Love, your friend Neil Donald Walsh. So, dear friends in the Spirit 111, I hope you had a wonderful week prior to this taping of this talk. This is episode 15. I'm recording this April 10th, the week after Easter. So let me share. I'm going to do one more reading, and then I'm going to share some friends in the Spirit 111 about them, about you guys. Hey, you guys. This is received from dailyword.com. Unity. Original. I am an original. You are an original. I am blessed with a unique blend of talents and interests that have helped me find my special place in the world. As I have traveled my path, I have learned from people I've met, places I've visited, and choices I've made. Together, my experiences have helped me shape my perspective, fuel my passions, and give meaning to my life. Like everyone, I am a spiritual being, but I am also an individual expressing my divinity in ways that are unique to me. No one is exactly like me, and I give thanks today for all the ways I can share my spiritual nature, my innate gifts, and blend of life experience through my relationships, my work, and my service. I am an original, and it is my joy to share myself and make the world a better place. And from Romans 12:6, we have gifts that differ according to the grace given to us. Prophecy in proportion to faith. So speaking about originals, I have a few original friends in the Spirit 111 that I want to talk about. So I think most of you know Michael Strahan. If you don't know him from Good Morning America, maybe you know him from Fox Sports, or maybe you know him from being a football player for the New York Giants. So last week, well, first of all, on social media, right, they had Michael Strahan. Michael Strahan always had a gap in his teeth, right? And then it's nice and big and beautiful. His teeth look beautiful. So I didn't even know about this, but some friend said, "Hey, did you know Michael Strahan, fixed his teeth? He doesn't have the gap anymore." I said, no idea. So I have Michael's phone number. So I texted him. I said, "Love it, Michael. What a beautiful smile and a beautiful person. Blessings." Now, usually I tease him and I joke around, but I said, I'm going to be nice to him today. Then I go to work the next day, and a dear friend, Andrew, he happens to have a gap. So I get my iPhone and I make a video, and Andrew takes off his mask and he says, "Michael," I said, "What are you doing? Come on, you got to stay with your fellow brothers and stuff." So we laugh. I sent that to Michael, and it was a lot of fun. I find out the next day that it was an April Fool's joke. So he still has his gap. The gap is here to stay. Long live the gap. Another dear friend in the spirit, 111, Jack Hanna. Okay, you must know Jack Hanna. He's been in the wildlife community for over 40 years. I don't know, maybe 50 years. He's the president and the founder of the Columbus Zoo in Columbus, Ohio, and all over social media, and then personally through some friends. His family announced that he has dementia and is turning into Alzheimer's. So, Jack, I love you. God bless you, dear friend. Um, but you always have to celebrate people, and when you think about people, you think about fun stories and the good. And it was interesting. My fellow stage manager, Brad, and he's a dear friend, and we work together. We have a lot of fun together. He, during the commercial Good Morning America, was we just did a story on Jack, and he shared a little story that one day Jack was holding this wild animal, and I don't know what it was, but it was wild. And Brad said, "Hey Jack, can I go over and pet it?" And Jack says, "It has teeth." So everybody started laughing because Jack didn't say yes or no. He just said, "It has teeth. You make your own decision." And then I turn around and I say, "Michael, you have teeth." And he started laughing. I said, "And you got that gap. That gap can really get you." So, we try to have fun. We try to joke around with people. Okay, so here's another dear friend in the spirit, 111, Richard Smith. Richard, how are you, brother? So I'm going to show a picture. Okay, you could see Richard's face down there, and you could see the artwork. And this was also on Facebook. And it's big sign. Remember the ads that say you got milk? Well, this says got art. And then it says, "I've been nominated by Sheila Burns Owens to show one image of my art, my life, my studio, or an exhibition for 10 consecutive days. No explanation needed. Nominate another artist each day to do the same. The purpose is to promote positivity, passion, and attention to art." Now, I know Richard more as a musician because he was a worship pastor for, I don't know, 20 years at Grace Point. And at one time it was Gospel Fellowship, Grace Point Gospel Fellowship. But it's changed his names, but he's still a fabulous musician, songwriter, worship leader, parent, husband. You name it. Check it off. Richard, you rock, brother. Another dear friend, and now we're talking about art again. And look at this. So this is, I'm going to read it to you guys who are on the podcast. Sesame Workshop is talking more explicitly about race and welcoming 2 black Muppets. Elijah Walker, 35, a new black Muppet who, along with his son Wesley, 5, will be introduced on March 23rd by Sesame Workshop, the nonprofit behind Sesame Street. Now, I just want to let you know, because we're talking about friends in the spirit here, right? And you see the picture of the 2 black Muppets. Well, my dear friend and friend in the spirit, Lewis Henry Mitchell, he has been working with Sesame Street for 30 years, 35 years. He's the creative director, and he develops Muppets, and he's an artist, and he's a photographer. So he's a little bit of Richard Smith also. And he did a post after that article, that other professional article was published. And he said, "When my dream of working for Sesame Street came true, I had no idea how much it would surpass everything I had hoped for. And it continues to this very day, almost 30 years later. This Time magazine article shines a light on some of the work we do at Sesame Workshop in such a wonderful way. I am beside myself with gratitude and even bigger commitment toward doing and even more through our company. What a phenomenal," I can never say that word. Kristen, I know you're laughing at me. I love you. Phenomenal family of people coming together as one to work toward helping educate children around the world. However, we can provide hope toward healing just so grateful. And the child Muppet, because I spoke to Lewis, and he said he modeled it after his son Michael Anthony when Michael was 6 years old. I'm not sure how old Michael is now. He's probably a grown man by now. But so I just wanted to highlight a few friends in the Spirit 111. And there's tons more of you that are doing wonderful things and are artistic also. And just a quick shout out to Cliff Shipe, my dear friend and author. And he wrote me, we went back and forth with texts and emails and stuff. And I'm helping him promote his book, Cliff Falls. And he was just on a local TV interview show. And he says that he touched this one person. I don't have the exact words, and I'm sorry, Cliff, but he wrote back to me how he was touching this one person with his story. And it was about his heart and his love for people. And he said, Ed, this is why we're so connected and in common, because what you share is from your heart also. And dear friends in the Spirit 111, this is from my heart. If you don't get it, get it now. I wake up early and I have my desk here and I have tons of papers. I have my purple folder that says God bless you. And I gather these, and today I was testing out 6 different mics. I have another mic here, and this is a lot of work, but I love doing this. I love you guys. This is from my heart. And I love God, and I love spirit, and I love sharing. And like I said in many of these talks, if I touch one soul, one heart, one person, great, I did my job. And sometimes this whole talk isn't for you. Sometimes it's a little snippet. You know this. I've said this before. Um, and I'm starting to, this ministry is starting to grow. It's going to start going and airing in different places. Um, but I've said in many interviews, even though this is called Friends in the Spirit 111, and we're let me read this. We are an interactive community of believers of all faiths where acceptance and respect is fundamental to everything we do. God speaks to us in spirit and community where we all are one. And I know there must be like 95% of you are Christians, and that's cool. But I think the uniqueness of this is I take readings and reflections from different spiritualities. And I think most of you Christians out there like that, because you're not just hearing from the typical Max Lucados or Joel Osteens or whatever Christian reverends that you like to listen to. TD Banks, I'm sorry. But there's so many wonderful ministers out there, Christian ministers, and I just like to grab from different people and different readings. So if you have special people, ministers, readings, reflections that you like, please share with me. Let me know. And I'm 61 years old, and I'm still growing in my spirituality and my faith. So I am open to receiving from you guys also. I'm going to read from Science of Mind magazine, Resurrection into Light. Remember, the theme is delight and song inside you. I hope this is sounding good too, because I do have a different mic, and I'm talking to different technical people to try to make this better and easier. And last week I had a lot of technical difficulties with the recording. So hopefully it's not going to be as difficult today to get this to you. Easter, a celebration of life. What a joyous time of year to claim your freedom. Freedom from what, you ask? Freedom from all your doubts and fear. Freedom from your own limiting illusions about who you are and what you are here to do. Freedom from the blocks around your heart that keep you from giving and receiving all the love you've come in physical form to experience. Now is the perfect time to relinquish it all. All the thoughts and beliefs you held about yourself that are not good enough or worthy of a great life can be dissolved in an instant. Behold, I make all things new. How much longer do you want to keep telling the same negative story about your life? How much more time do you want to waste bemoaning your situation instead of experiencing the heaven on earth you came here to experience? In the letting go of all the negativity, a new and glorious life awaits you. You deserve to be happy and filled with joy. When in faith and trust you move into the flow of the divine, it supports and sustains you in ways unimaginable. We do not come here in physical form to suffer. We are here to experience joy, peace, love. Don't waste another day. A great example has already been set by the greatest teacher of all. It is time to resurrect yourself from the darkness into light. Happy Easter. And the affirmation, I freely release all negative beliefs that no longer serve me. In great joy, I accept and receive my good. And I know Easter is about Jesus' resurrection, right? But how about you guys having a resurrection? How about you guys, whatever difficulties, leave them on your personal cross and resurrect and try to find that light in the darkness. Try to find that hope, that love, that peace, and leave the suffering behind. Just try, right? Can't hurt if you try. This is received from the Christophers, 3 minutes a day. And this was a 4-part series, but I'm going to just read part 4. Enough as you are. Some people are book smart, while others are good with their hands. But they each might feel inferior because they can't do what the other person does. Peggy Weber encourages her readers to recognize and appreciate their individual talents, pointing to Saint Andre Bessette as an example. She said, he's uneducated, he can barely read. He's a lost soul of sorts, but very faithful. So the pastor in the small town in Canada sends him to a monastery. For 40 years, he was a porter at a college, just opening the door, closing the door, taking messages. He worked in the laundry. And then it says, you might think this guy is not going to amount to much in terms of our world. I'm going to share a little bit about this. Yet, when people come to the door, he would talk to them. He would comfort them. He would listen to them. And 1 million people filed past his casket in Montreal at the oratory after he died, because he became known as such a healing, wonderful, saintly man. So I think you just have to be content and recognize, I have something to contribute to the world. Think about what it is and be happy with that. And from 1 Corinthians 12:6, there are varieties of activities, but it is the same God who activates all of them. And the prayer, help me to appreciate my unique talents, Jesus. So this lesson, and I know you already got the lessons, I don't have to preach here, but not only do you have talents, and no matter where you think you are in the ladder of success, right? If you think you're here, you're up here, you have talents, you have gifts to share with people within your family, within your friends, within your community, within your church, within your school, within your work. Everywhere you are special, you have something special to give, to gift. Now, not only are you special, but everyone is special. So when you see a porter, when you see somebody that you feel, I'm not going to say it. If anybody you see in this world, right, no matter what their rank is in society, no matter what job there is, no matter if they're homeless or not, respect them, listen to them, love them, give them a smile. No one is beneath you. No one. We are all one. We are all equal in God's eyes. People may be wearing different clothes, have different color skin, different hair, different age, different size, different cultures. Yeah, human wise, we may physically look different, but divinely, we're all the same. We're all God. We all have God's presence inside of us. We're all brothers, sisters. If you're not a gender person, that's cool, right? Respect everyone, love everyone, give everyone a smile, open doors. And maybe when the time comes that you pass, and if you do have a funeral, maybe thousands of people will come by too, just to say a little hi, a little thank you, a little respect. So this is a person I never heard of, but she was on GMA3 a couple of weeks ago. Her name is Cleo Wade, and among tons of things she's doing, she's an author also. But she does a lot of quotes, and I found this one quote, and the quote is, "We are the builders who are building a world that has never been built before." Okay, so this is so good. We are the builders who are building a world that has never been built before. So everything that you are doing, you are building this world. The way that you relate and touch other people, you affect them and then they affect other people. So you're building things by just your energy, by just your love, by just your smile, by everything that you're doing. You're help you are helping build a world that does not exist, because without you in this world right now, it would be totally different. Remember the movie It's a Wonderful Life with James Stewart, right? He was going through so much anxiety and difficulties at a certain point in his life, and then he was offered the chance through Clarence the Angel to see his life if he didn't exist, and the world and the people were totally different. So, dear friends in the Spirit 111, you are special, you are gifted, you have the light and the song within you. Share it, share it today. If you live with somebody, if you have a family that you live with, share it within those four walls today. Once you go out your door, whoever you meet, share it with them. Share it with everybody, because you can affect, you can build the future that will not exist unless you put your love, your compassion, your kindness, your gifts, your melody, your song, your light into this world. So God bless you. Don't forget to share your faith with family and friends. Cue the spirit, as Eddie, the stage manager, would say. Stay blessed and a blessing. Thanks.